che sta a camminare per strada così triste, povera
What's
anima.
going on, everybody? Chris C. Black Glove Reviews. If you like slashers, if you like Giallo, this is the place to be. It's still officially Giallo January. This will be the last one for this month. Thank you all for participating with me. Thank you all for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. If you can hit that like, hit that subscribe. Love all you guys and gals. Thank you all very much. We have February coming up, which will officially be, for this channel, Fulci February. So pay close attention to that. Fulci is my all-time favorite Italian director, so it's going to be great redoing a lot of the reviews on his films, his filmography. I have some westerns to watch that are back here from him. I also have that Houses of Doom set that he did with Lenzi, some of their TV stuff, so pay attention to that. And you can also find me on all the social media platforms. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on X, you can find me on Facebook, and you can find me in Letterboxd under the name Black Glove Reviews. All right, Giallo January, Giallo Show and Tell. We're talking about Death Walks on High Heels from 1971. This is a good release from Arrow. It's part of that blue Giallo Essentials set that you see behind me here. 3 films with Nieves Navarro, a.k.a. Susan Scott. This also stars the very late, great Frank Wolf, which I think this is probably his best role. If you have not seen Cold Eyes of Fear, check that one out too. That's very good mix between Giallo and Euro crime with him in there. He unfortunately passed away way too soon. That's too bad, unfortunate circumstances. But let's get into this. Like I said, this was done in 1971. He passed away in 1971. But of course, it stars him as Dr. Robert Matthews. It stars the very beautiful and sexy Nieves Navarro as Nicole Richard, and Simone Andreu, I believe his name is, comes back as in the first film that we did as well. He's back, so the typical cast of characters here from the first film, and Claudie Lang as Vanessa Matthews, the good doctor's wife. We have Carlo Gentili as Inspector Baxter, which is probably one of the best, like, Keystone Cop type of a thing between him and his partner. They add a little bit comedy into this, which I don't mind. And yeah, he's a great police detective in here. He's probably one of my more favorites in Giallo in general. This kind of mixes a little bit of Poliziotteschi as well, Eurocrime specifically at the start. Of course, this is directed by Luciano Roccoli, and of course the story is by the great Ernesto Gastaldi and stuff. There's a special feature on this Blu-ray talking to him as well. Don't get him talking. He'll go and go and go. Of course, he's one of the greatest storytellers in, like, Italian film history. Why not a load of books? This was filmed in England, UK, and one of the locations was the Star and Eagle Hotel in London, and Tower Hill as well. So around that area of the UK, it's very good. First off, this gets a solid 7 out of 10 for me. I like this a little bit more than the Forbidden Photos. So like this maybe a little bit more, but both of those films are bangers. So it follows Nieves Navarro as Nicole Richard. She's a stripper, and her and her boyfriend Michael, really, who it seems like a pimp type of and a stripper relationship a bit, but she supports him. All of a sudden, Frank Wolf's character as Dr. Robert Matthews notices her at a show, a couple of shows. He's video recording her, all this stuff, kind of being the creeper wise. He gets infatuated with her and says, "Hey, why don't you come away with me on a trip?" The film starts out with, let's go back a little bit. So the film starts out with Murder on a Train, which is Nicole's father, and he has an eye patch on. Basically, there's this plot to steal these diamonds. So this goes pretty good with Hyena in the Safe, to tell you the truth. Two films that kind of match together. It kind of goes good with that. And the people are kind of looking for that. The authorities ask her what happened to these diamonds that he took. She doesn't know. then these people start kind of coming up. Like, say, he gets killed by this masked assailant that has blue eyes. It's a cool kind of thing at the start. The dubbing is quite funny here. It's very grindhouse-like. You got to like these films to kind of like the English dubbing that they have. And it just comes back to Dr. Robert asks her, well, yeah, just come away with me. It's all good, which she does because she finds some blue contact lenses at the place where her and her boy toy boyfriend are staying. So she decides to run away with him. They get this villa out in this countryside, which is his. You have a shady, like, butler, gardener type of a person. You have this maid. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's kind of underlying kind of stuff here, and it kind of goes from there. And a little bit of spoiler here: she gets murdered by a masked assailant. You don't know who killed her. So that's one thing about the great Susan Scott, Nieves Navarro. She's very beautiful, very sexy, and stuff like that. She does a few strip teases here. Calm the hell down with that. And yeah, definitely good stuff. The score is done by composer is done by Stelvio Cipriani, who did he's been associated with other much later films like Death Proof, The Man from U.N.C.L.E. So he's done scores for a lot of this stuff. This is a really good score. It's a trippy, weird type of score for this, but it works for a film of this caliber. So it's a whodunit on who killed her, and they go through. Inspector Baxter goes through all the culprits, including the boyfriend Michael, who comes back to find out who murdered her. So there's a lot of moving pieces in this one too. It comes to a satisfying ending. Like I say, this is, to me, Frank Wolf's best film. May he rest in peace. And this gets a solid 7 out of 10. I do have a release date in here. I know it was released in April of 71 or 72, I believe. April 2nd, 1972. So it's a good one. It gets a solid 7 out of 10. Is it rewatchable? In some parts it is. And Frank Wolf always acts his ass off here. Again, it's too bad that he unfortunately passed, but Nieves Navarro, I mean, she's getting up there to me as a Giallo queen, you can say, in films like this. Can't wait to check out the Death Walks at Midnight. That's the last one in that set, but this will be the last Giallo show and tell for Giallo January. So anyway, that's my quick thoughts in reviewing this Giallo show and tell of Death Walks on High Heels. If you like what you see here, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I plan on putting out more videos like this, and expect next month, Fulci February, Slasher Stream, all that other great stuff. This is Black Glove Reviews. I will see you all next time. Y'all have a great rest of Giallo January.